Dear friends, welcome to my video. Kindly click on the CC button for subtitles. Spiritual knowledge signifies a profound understanding and awareness of the non-physical, often elusive, aspects of life that incorporate the inner self, the transcendent, and the divine. With its diverse traditions, cultures, and religions, spiritual knowledge has a wide variety of interpretations, often marked by different philosophical underpinnings, narratives, and practices. This essay explores the nuances of spiritual knowledge, focusing on its articulation and comprehension in the English language. Spirituality, in its broadest sense, explores the relationship between the individual and something larger than oneself, often conceived as God, the universe, the absolute, or simply the unknown. It is a quest for understanding, for meaning, and for connection. It is the attempt to answer existential questions. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What happens after death? These questions, which form the basis of spiritual exploration, are universal, cutting across cultures and languages. However, the ways in which they are answered can vary greatly, largely influenced by linguistic constructs and cultural contexts. English, being the third most spoken language globally and the lingua franca of international communication, has played a significant role in the dissemination and comprehension of spiritual knowledge worldwide. It is the main language used to translate and interpret many religious and spiritual texts, facilitating the cross-cultural sharing of spiritual wisdom. It's worth noting that language doesn't just communicate spiritual knowledge, but also shapes it. English language, with its specific set of vocabularies, syntax, and semantics, can impact the way spiritual concepts are understood and experienced. Concepts such as enlightenment, karma, nirvana, or satori, originating from Eastern spiritual traditions, have found their way into English vernacular, albeit with shifts in connotation and context. These words, while still retaining a degree of their original significance, often undergo a process of semantic shift, taking on new meanings influenced by Western thought and culture. For example, the concept of karma, in its original context, signifies the law of cause and effect. Our actions, good or bad, will have corresponding consequences. However, in its English usage, karma is often oversimplified or misunderstood, sometimes treated as a kind of cosmic retribution or justice system. On the other hand, the English language also benefits the global spiritual discourse. It serves as a bridge, connecting Eastern and Western spiritual knowledge, and synthesizing them into a comprehensive spiritual lexicon. It facilitates an inclusive spiritual dialogue where individuals can share and explore different paths to spiritual growth. Moreover, the rise of English language spiritual literature has significantly impacted the way people understand and experience spirituality. Authors like Eckhart Tolle, Deepak Chopra, and Thich Nhat Hanh, among others, have leveraged English to share profound spiritual insights, drawn from a mix of Eastern and Western traditions, with a global audience. However, spiritual knowledge, at its core, often transcends the boundaries of language. While language can help articulate spiritual ideas and experiences, it is important to remember that the spiritual realm is often marked by experiences that go beyond words, profound feelings of interconnectedness, peace, love, or awakening that can only be truly understood when personally experienced. In conclusion, spiritual knowledge, as articulated in English, is a fascinating mix of ancient wisdom, cultural interpretations, and personal insights. While English has its limitations in conveying certain spiritual concepts, it nonetheless serves as an important tool for the global dissemination of spiritual knowledge. The beauty of spirituality lies in its universality, transcending the confines of language and culture, leading us towards the ultimate truth that lies beyond words and concepts. Thank you for watching my video. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and give a thumbs up. Thanks for your support.